Welcome back, and on today's episode of After the Afters, we are discussing my time at Tahoe Live, 3 days in December, and
my time at Mersiv in LA.
and if you haven't already, go ahead and if you can give us a like, a follow, a comment on our Instagram, our Spotify, YouTube, any of it. It helps get us out there. Links are in the bio.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
I thought that she was going to fight him.
Yeah.
Like, I legitimately thought that she was just gonna, like, bop.
And in the middle of him doing his thing, the music cut out. So I think, oh, that's strange.
Because you're not used to this cold weather.
Yeah.
You came up here expecting cold, like cold here.
On the drive up there, I was kind of just hyping myself up. I was like, all right, I'm going to be out till 4 a.m. The cops came and, like, killed the power.
If I hear Venom, I want to get rowdy. Alright, so you go first on your experience or lack of experience
Okay.
with Mersiv.
Mersiv. So, Saturday night, it was like the middle of December.
Yeah, it was the same weekend I went to Tahoe, so it was December 12th, 13th, 14th.
Yep. It was put on by B-Side LA. It was undisclosed or disclosed. How would you say it? Disclosed or undisclosed? Undisclosed, right?
Undisclosed, because you didn't know until
the day of.
Yeah.
Or the night or the day before. Yeah, the day before, I think. They announced the location and the lineup, and it was at a warehouse in South Los Angeles, and Mersiv was to play from midnight till or maybe 1 or something. I don't know. He was going on super late. The whole show was supposed to go on until like 4 a.m. So I get there. I park a few blocks away. Pretty dirty, ghetto-y area. And walk in, meet some cool people on my way in. Outside the warehouse, they had a bunch of vendors. Really neat stuff. And then I go in, it was a 360 setup, 100 drums was playing. So I hung out around there, kind of tried to find a good spot. Like right behind her was good sound, so I just chilled there.
Behind who?
Behind 100 drums in the middle, because it was 360, so it was right in the middle of the building. And she was playing for a while, and then I noticed this guy was doing fire fans up against the wall, and she shouted him out. It was a friend of hers or something, and so I go over there to check it out, take a video, and in the middle of him doing his thing, the music cut out. So I think, oh, that's strange. Kind of a weird that the music stopped, especially like right after she, acknowledged the guy doing the fans. And then I go, so the music's off, and mind you, I'm coming up a little bit, but I go over to check out what's going on, and then I see her like leave the stage or like leave the whole 360 area. Just thinking like, what's going on? Still just standing around like waiting for something to happen, and then I'm just like overstimulated, so I go outside to get some fresh air. I'm just like checking out some art and some vendors, and then I hear one vendor say like to their partner, so what, I just set this, this took hours to set up and now I gotta like take it all down. So that got me starting to think like, what, like why would they have to take down their stuff? Like, then it's still like, it was like 11:45 at this point. And then I see a couple of guys like talking, so I kind of go up and say like, is it? Or I noticed a bunch of people were like leaving. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I ask them, like, is it over? And they're like, yeah, like the cops came and like killed the power for the music, and that's it. It's over. So I was just kind of mind blown by that. And then, yeah, I was just like, well, I talked to like a couple other people. This kid had this sweet like hat, like one of those like kind of like Eskimo hats, winter hats with like, it was like patchwork with a PL symbol on the side. Well, shout out PL. And so I was talking to him about that, and then his friend was from Colorado. And then I left and had an interesting drive home, but then just had a chill night home. So yeah, I guess I don't know what happened there. You think they would? The warehouse was like right next to like a neighborhood of houses. So I'm assuming there was no communication on their side with the city.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't make any sense because those are like big names, and they advertised it like crazy on social media.
Yeah, part of his tour.
Yeah, like literally part of his tour. And so you think that they would have had all of the required permits to be able to do that? I mean, you're not only just having like loud music, you're having all these vendors set up, and these are big names. It's going to be a lot of people. And then what? You didn't get your money back? Or did you?
I'd have to go through my statements. I put in the request. Like they sent something, I think the following Monday.
Oh.
About refunds. But yeah, I put in my request. I don't know. I don't know if I ever noticed it in my bank account, but yeah, at least they did that. But yeah, it's just super bizarre and kind of a letdown. I mean, I've never seen Mersiv, and I'm a fan. And then Cool Customer was doing his LA debut, and he was going to play till 4 a.m. And so I was getting all like, on the drive up there, I was kind of just hyping myself up. I was like, all right, I'm going to be out till 4 a.m. Like, but I really want to see these two artists, especially. So, yep, that was it.
Who put that on?
B-Side LA.
And are they the ones that were handing out the pamphlets the other night?
Yeah, and then funny enough, we're leaving Boogie T the other night in LA, and I walk out, and 100 Drums was handing out more B-side. Was handing out flyers for the next B-side show.
She was handing out the one for Super Task.
Yeah.
But then the other guy was handing out the one that we have on the fridge with Opio and all the other ones.
Yeah, that's I think all at 1720.
Oh.
Which is like an actual.
Like an actual venue.
Yeah. Where they don't. I mean, I'm assuming their shows never get shut down because it's like an actual venue.
Yeah.
And then this new B-side one is at an actual venue.
Which one?
The Super Task.
Oh, the Super Task one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which that should be really good. Although, I don't know who the people opening up for him are.
No, not really.
But I mean, he'll be really good. Depending. I'm not so much inclined to go see someone that I want to see if they're going to be playing at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only downside with that. Is it's like an hour drive for us. And then if they're playing at 4 a.m. in the morning, I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going to go home and go to bed.
Yeah, well, if they're doing it till 4 a.m., Super Task will probably be like till 2 a.m. or something, but still.
So, it's so late.
Especially now that you're in classes.
Yeah.
It's like you can't, because it's not like you get home and you go straight to bed.
No. And it was fine the other night. Went to Boogie T.
Yep.
Got home. Was up for like an hour, then went to bed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wasn't awful. Wasn't the greatest. But,
yeah.
I mean, that'll be this month we go to Wethin. Yep. And I have school the next day. And then we go to Enzo. And I have school the next day. And who else? I think it's just those two.
Yeah, we
talked about going and seeing Wonky Willa in Hershey. Because it was going to be like 2 days before or after. Oh, no, it was the day before Enzo.
Yeah.
And now I have school, so I can't.
But, and those are down south.
Yeah.
By San Diego.
Yeah, in San Diego.
So it's even farther drive.
Yeah.
So, and with class, pick and choose. But, yep, that was my experience. Wish that it all happened so that I could give you guys a little more insight on it.
I got my Tahoe live experience.
Tell us about that.
So okay, this was my second time going to Tahoe live. Last year I didn't go. Last year was like a complete whiteout. And this year preparing for it, like prepared for snow, and thank God it didn't. It was really cold the first 2 nights, and then the second or the third night it was not. Like I didn't wear my jacket most of the night. And the 2 nights before I had like 2 layers on, my winter coat on. I had like 2 pairs of socks and my fuzzy boots. Jess had like these socks that they heat up.
Oh, yeah.
They, like, have a heater in them, and you just turn it on the back of the sock, and then it keeps your feet and, your ankles warm.
I grew up in a ski town, never used that once in my life. Probably would have been nice when I went to some winter festivals and my boots weren't that great. Those sound pretty nice, but...
Oh, yeah, it would have been so nice, but my feet stayed good. But, so the first night, let's see, so who played the first night? It was... The headliners were LSC. And who was before that? It was PEEKABOO and Sippy and Heritage was the first night. I almost didn't make Heritage because everyone was taking so long.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, I love Jess, but never plan on being on time when you want to be there. Like, and I told her too when we got there, I was like, you know what? if I want to be at a set, like actually like at a set, I got to tell you that we got to be there an hour before that.
Yeah.
So that we're there on time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's how it is. Yeah, I got to lie to her. I got to tell her that we got to be there early so that we're there on time.
Yeah. People
She knows it
notes.
too. She knows it.
If you got friends that can't leave the
on
pre-party.
Time. Yeah, they can't leave the pre-party. And on time, you got to tell them the wrong time.
Yeah.
So Heritage. So we got there, I think, halfway through Heritage's set. But yeah, I think it was halfway through Heritage. That.
And you were very excited.
Oh man, yeah, because I've been wanting to see him, and he was so good. Like, I did not disappoint at all. I had so much fun. And then Sippy was really good. We seen her at Apocalypse with Smokelin.
Sip and Smoke.
And she definitely carried, like, after seeing her by herself, what we liked about that back-to-back, that was all her.
Wow.
Like, so, yeah, it was incredible. She's so good. And, like, the energy that she brings is so good. Like, it's so fun.
So I wonder if they're kind of like, I don't know if they party a lot or drink a lot, but if they kind of, like, fucked off during that back-to-back.
I don't know, because that back-to-back, really, there was moments where it was, like, good, and then good, and all those good parts, that was her.
Wow.
Yeah. And then PEEKABOO. So that was Hunter and Jess's first time seeing PEEKABOO. And it was like, I was like kid in a candy shop, just like, oh my God, you can't, like, I'm so excited for you. Like, I cannot wait for you to see him. Like, it was just the excitement of it, like, knowing that they had no clue what was coming.
I love that feeling when you're like,
I was the only one who had seen him out of the group.
You know how good an artist is, and they don't disappoint. Kind of like how I hyped up Pretty Lights for so long, and then I'm like so excited just for you to get to see him for the first time.
Yeah. So good. But yeah, during that time we had, like, people were just being completely out of control, men especially. We had, like, a couple guys that were next to us that were just being completely just unaware. They had to have been drunk or something. Just like not minding that, like, they were in our space, arms flinging everywhere, like pushing us. And then there was this guy, he like kept coming up, and he would come up in front of me and Hunter, and he would like stand there and he would like push back into us. like purposely. Like I stood back and I like watched him, and he like would stand there, and then he'd just push back, and then he would be like, oh, sorry, and then he'd walk away, and then he would circle us, and he'd come back, and he'd do it again. And Jess is like, at this point, I don't even know how, but she somehow, because we were with Alex's group, somehow the kid with Alex brought in a whole bottle of this tequila. I don't know how he got it in. The security was super lax. Whole bottle of tequila. And so not only was she like pre-gaming, but then she also was drinking the tequila in the crowd. So she was spicy. Real spicy. And this guy would not stop.
Yeah.
So there's a point where she like gets into his face, and he's like this to her, and she was like not having it. Like, I thought that she was going to fight him.
Yeah.
Like, I legitimately thought that she was just gonna like bop. Like, he would not leave her alone. And then he kept doing it, and like every time he would come by, like then I got involved, and we're both like, dude, what's your problem? Like, go away. And like there's other women around us that are seeing it too, and they're like, what's going on? And we like told them, and this guy keeps circling around and keeps doing it. And like at the end of the night that night, he was outside of the venue and tried starting shit again.
With Jess?
Yeah. And I was just sitting there, because I'm just like, I'm just kind of like in my own world at that point. And he like was standing there, and he started to say something, and she like just ripped him a new one.
Outside?
Yeah. He would not stop. But anyways,
I wonder,
so that
was
was
was that his way of trying to be like flirting, or like getting girls' attention, or
like being an asshole?
Yeah.
I don't know. The first 2 nights, the crowd was not okay. And the third night was decent, which like I'll say in a second. But yeah, the first night, it was just like men having no respect for space, no respect for the women around them. Like, it wasn't really like a safe space, and that's not how it should feel at a show. And like and you know, the rest of the weekend we had men with us, and so it wasn't as bad. But like that first night, having no men with us, like it was awful.
Yeah.
But after that, so PEEKABOO comes on, and I like, it was so good. Like, I was just so lost in the sauce that I like, I don't even, it was so good. But LSC was coming on, and of course I swear to God, every single show, they're like, this is our last show on the tour. And that was like, what, like Vegas they said that? And then they said it at same, and then where else have we seen them somewhere else?
No.
So yeah, so those, and each time they're like, this is our last stop in the tour, we're just so I swear to God, it's the same thing that they said before. And I'm like, oh my God. And Jess like looks at me, and I was like, I really hope that this is not like last time. And she's just like, you know, she loves Ella's Dream and whatnot. And I love Closey. It was so much more of a fluid set. It was so good. I definitely feel like there was more Closey input on it, but the blend of it this time was not, it was so much better. And they weren't just playing like same where they were just playing hits, and you're like, what the hell's going on right now? It wasn't like that. Even Ryan was like, why didn't they play like that last time? You know, like when I asked him about it. And yeah, it was really good. The sound, you didn't even have to have eargasms in or the earplugs in, because it was bassy, but because of the mountain, they can't have it over a certain decibel.
Yeah.
So
the mountain or the homes?
Both. There's no snow right now.
Okay.
But if there was snow,
why? So that avalanches don't start?
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be pretty sick. The base started an avalanche.
No, you're right at the bottom of a mountain. Like, you're literally right at the bottom of a mountain.
Yeah, you think it's gonna cover you guys?
I don't know.
There wasn't
If
much snow
if there
this year.
was a lot of snow like that one year where people got snowed in, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
You never know. You
Yeah.
never know.
You know, I didn't grow up in a ski town.
Oh,
Learn
yeah.
about avalanche safety or
Yeah, I
anything.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
that was my first concern was don't play the bass too loud to start an avalanche. But it makes sense. It makes sense.
You're in a community though.
Yeah.
In a mountainous area.
Yes.
They're gonna have restrictions.
Of course. We learned about that on talking to Torbjorn. By the way, go check out our interview with Torbjorn.
Anyways, so first night. Also that night, Fabio was not with us. And so he was our Uber driver that night.
Very nice.
So.
Very responsible.
Yeah. So we're sitting and we're like waiting for him. And like there's this girl and she's standing there and she's like very minimal clothing. And she's like, this was my first rave. I've never been to one. And I'm like, oh my God, your friends didn't tell you to dress warm, for one.
Well, you didn't have you weren't even having enough sense to say, oh, it's winter.
I honestly think that because she was from down here. She's going to school in Fullerton. Yeah. Because I was like, oh, I live down in Orange. And she's like, oh, I'm literally going to school down in Fullerton at Fullerton University or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. You're not used to this cold weather. Yeah. You came up here expecting cold here.
Yeah.
And it's way colder. I mean, it was like 20 something degrees, I think.
Yeah.
It was freezing cold the first 2 nights. But so she has like very little clothing on. And there's this group of guys that's standing there, and her friend is like basically like being a hoe and forgetting about her friend. And we're like, do you have a way home? And because the Ubers, when she looked at an Uber to go 2 minutes away, it was $100.
Wow.
Yeah, just for 2 minutes.
Okay.
So we're like, do you have a ride home? And she's like, well, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I didn't know that Ubers were gonna be this much. Like, it's literally like $100. And we're like, we have a friend coming. Like, we can drive you.
Oh, good.
That's fine. And we're like, who's with you? And she's like, oh, it's just me and my friend. And we're like, all right. Well, when he gets here, we can give you guys a ride. So her friend comes up, and her friend was a cunt. Like, she was not a good friend. She like comes up and she's like, hey, like they can give us a ride. And she's like, no, I'm over here talking to these guys. And she was like, so you can figure out your own way home, right? And the girl's like, what? She's like, yeah, so like if I like go with them, like you can figure out your own way home. And we're like, what? Like, your friend's just gonna ditch you for some dudes?
Yeah.
And one of them was that guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we're like, so the girl, she's just so worried. She's worried about her friend.
Yeah.
Because her friend is just no,
How
like
old
there's no sense of safety here at all.
Yeah.
These girls look like maybe like early 20s.
Yeah.
They didn't look that old. And she was like, no, I'll figure it out. Like, I'll get home. So Hunter ends up giving her number and was like, hey, if something happens, like, give us a call. Like, if you need, like, rescuing, like, we're not far away. We can come get you. Because it did not feel like a good situation.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was like that point where we're like, okay, we've offered help. Like, we've done this and, like, it's not being received. So it's time for us to leave.
Yeah.
So we're, like, walking away. And Jess was like, called out the girl. It was like, you're a shitty ass friend. and I was just like, oh my God.
Here we go.
And I was like, you know what, good for you for calling her out, because that's not okay. And she's like, you should find yourself better friends. It's like, yes you should. Like, that is not okay. Your friend shouldn't be leaving you freezing out here. No, not over some dude.
Why didn't the girl just? I mean, I get
she was worried about her friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so Fabio ends up getting there, and they had like an after party up in the village, at the Palisades.
Mm-hmm.
And we go up there, and Hunter and I and Jess are just like,
this ain't it.
this ain't it. Before we even go in,
Yeah.
this thing is like the tiniest little like bistro kind of thing, and they have like a DJ thing set up, and then a ton of people packed in like sardines.
Yeah.
And they have a guy at the door, and we're like trying to go in, and I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been Fabio or Jess didn't realize that he was working the door, and was like, you gonna move? Like, we're trying to go inside. And he's like, no, man, I'm working the door right now. Like, but it was like so funny. And we're like we're just like giving Fabio the look of like, we want to leave. And Hunter, she's so sweet, is like, just let him have this, you know? Just let him have this, you know? Like, just let him get a drink. It'll be okay. Let's let him do it. And we go inside. Like, we eventually get inside. And, which that was, the guy ends up letting in like 4 other people around us. And he's like, oh, well, they were in there already. And we're like, excuse me? Like, what? No. Just, they leave, you let people in. Yeah. Like, just like everyone else, they gotta wait. You can't, like, that's not cool. So, of course, Jess is just, like, spicy and is like, no, like, what the fuck, man? And so he's like, all right. So he lets us in. And,
what type of weird fucking...
It was so weird. So we go in, and it is, the vibe of it was so awkward and so weird. And the music is so quiet in there. And everyone is, like, packed in tight. So we're like, all right, let's let him get a drink, and we'll go. So we make it over to the bar, and he's trying, and he's waiting, and, like, he's just, no one's paying attention. Like, he's not getting a drink, and he's like, all right, fine, let's go. Like, Jesus Christ.
At home.
Literally,
play music.
We had a hot tub at home. We can go play music. We can go drink there. We can do everything there. Be great.
Was it a cover?
Huh?
Was there a cover to get in?
No.
Yeah.
It was just so tiny.
That's the problem.
It was so tiny.
It's no, like
it was all of the places that did afters. They were just tiny.
Yeah.
And you're in the middle of nowhere. You're up in the mountains.
Steamboats afters after like during those winter festivals are so good, but you have to have like they're like a full another ticket. It's like $25 or.
Oh no,
more.
yeah, these didn't have any cover.
It's like a full other like later show. But
I mean, that would have been nice if it would have been a bigger area and like the space to actually do that.
Yeah. But
no, this was just like someone set up shop and was doing music in there.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we go back to the hotel room, and then chaos.
The hotel room?
Or not the hotel room. Well, Fabio's hotel room. Yeah. You know, Hotel Fabio.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the just to describe it, his bathroom has he said the number.
40 something?
No, it was way more than that. It was like, I think he said 60 something. Like pictures of Jesus Christ, but he has googly eyes on every single one of them. And like literally there's ones like when you're sitting at the toilet and it's like the googly eyed Jesus is looking down at you and it's like, I'm watching you. Like it's like it's the funniest bathroom I've ever been in. But
it's a great way to decorate your bathroom. It's like an art installation in your bathroom.
Literally, like, and he said that he gets them at like thrift stores. So it's like you're not even spending that much money on these things. You're just getting them and putting googly eyes on the. It was so, I've never seen someone so obsessed with googly eyes. Like so the second night he takes googly eyes and he puts them on his eyelids, and then and they're tiny, and he puts them like teardrops going down, and then one right here. And his goal at the end of the night is any googly eyes that make it home go on his fridge. Okay. So he has googly eyes just all over the front of his fridge. So we get back and like each night, and he's like, all right, and he takes off the ones that made it and puts them on his fridge. And he does that all the time.
Wow. I wonder what the sentimental value or meaning is behind it.
I don't know. I'd have to ask him. But so second night So the second night was it was probably my least favorite night. So that was the only one that I really liked. So Alice in Wonderland, I think, was that night. That
Yes.
was, yeah, because this is the night you went to Mersiv. Mersiv. Who else played? Oh, San Holo. I'm not gonna lie, San Holo is good. He played Wholesome Rhythm, which was, it's like rhythm for pussies.
Who don't want to like get all rowdy.
Yeah. And I'm like, if I hear rhythm, I want to get rowdy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad, but not my favorite, but not bad. But San Holo is really good. Like, he does make some, I do like some of the music he makes. That night was like another, was it that night or was it the first night? It was like, no, it was that night, I'm pretty sure. It was like another Plunder Biscuit night. Yeah. Like, oh, I remember what, okay, so, because I dosed myself.
Yeah.
And then I dosed Ryan. And when I did it, I accidentally, the dropper rubbed across my hand, and I got more of what was in the dropper on my hand because I wasn't paying attention. And I was like, huh, and just licked it.
Well, that's kind of your first experience handling it like that, so you gotta learn something.
I gotta learn somehow. So I stuck with Ryan the whole night.
It, you
know? No, so I was just like, huh, all right, I guess that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I just hung out with Ryan all night.
Super glad that worked out.
Yeah, it was nice because the second night I ended up, Jess went on her own shenanigans, and then Hunter and Fabio went on theirs, and I ended up finding them later on. But it was nice being able to have Ryan there because then I wasn't by myself.
Yeah.
And being able to spend the time with him too was really nice. But so let's see. So San Holo.
Was DJ Diesel that night?
No, that was the third night.
Okay.
And then it was Alice in Wonderland. And Alice in Wonderland, like I said, is my like new favorite artist. Like, yeah. I want to see her again so much. Like, it just like hit such a spot in my heart when the beginning, like when she's talking about, like, she comes out and she just had her baby and she just had her C-section, and she's telling everyone, like, you know, the doctor told me I can't jump, I can't be lifting my arms above my head like this, so when I say jump or the words are on the screen, you know, jump, or when I say, like, put your hands up, that's why. And, like, it was just, like, a realness from an artist that was, like, okay, that's, like, I love that how real she is being right now. And she did have that interview, I forget who it was with, but how she talked about being a female artist and the difficulty with being a female artist, because men don't have to deal with pregnancies and they don't have to deal with, like, the womanly stuff that women have to deal with. And so she was talking about how over her tour she had to cancel some dates because of some miscarriages, and instead of people being understanding, they were just like, why didn't you do your show?
Yeah. You
know? And so it's like having gone through that before and knowing, like, that sucks that people are, like, not understanding of where you're at, that they're just like, no, like, I paid for the show, I want you to be there.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't know if dehumanizing is the right term, or it's just not okay. So it was really nice to be able to, like, to see her music. Oh my god. Like, the intro to her set was so good. I wish I would have recorded it so you could see it. It had such a good build up, and it was, I don't like horror movies, but it was like the intro to a horror movie. And a lot of it's just her.
Yeah.
All her visuals, it's her. And it's cool, like, at the beginning of the set, she's like, I'm about to take you on the craziest spiritual journey. And it is, like, it's like dark at times, and then there was like some like feel good like moments, and then just like heavy, and it was like I was in heaven.
Yeah, I definitely want to listen to her more.
Yeah. But so Alice in Wonderland ends, and I had to go get water. And we wanted to keep our spot, so Ryan ended up staying up in the crowd, and the crowd was thick. Like, oh my god, it was so hard to get through. And so
It's the worst.
yeah, so like I end up going back, and as I'm going back, like I'm telling you, the guys at this show, this festival, were just like unhinged. I go, this guy like has his arm up, and so like I kind of like lean so that I don't hit the guy because I'm trying to get through the crowd, and he can see me. He can see what I'm doing, and I don't know what the hell he thought he was doing, but he literally takes his arm, wraps it around my neck, and like choke holds me.
Yeah, what the fuck?
No clue who this guy is. And I'm just like, I push him off of me, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell, man? And he just like looks at me like he's gonna fight me. And I'm like, and I just keep going. So I'm like, what? Like, I'm just like flabbergasted at the fact that some man just put his arm around my neck, like chokeholded me. And
like,
I'm just
what
like,
the fuck is this?
what? Like, if I any more, and I would have probably punched him. It's just crazy. Like, what makes you think that that's okay? So, like, I am still just, like, baffled by that. And I'm walking through the crowd, and I see Fabio and Hunter. And I'm like, you will never believe what just happened. Yeah. And they're like, what? And literally, we were telling Fabio the night before about all the guys and how they were being. He's like, don't leave, like, stay with someone so that, you guys are safe if guys aren't being respectful. So he was paired with Hunter that night. And I was like, no, you guys cannot believe what just happened. And they're like, what? And I was like, I told them, and they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom, but like, I'm going back in, and I come back and I can get you guys and we can go back in. And Fabio was like, yeah, like, you're not going to be by yourself going back in. Like, I'm going to go with you. And so I go to the bathroom and finally make my way through. Like, that crowd was like so thick that night too, way more than any of the other nights. Like, it was just going and going. So I go to the bathroom, I come back, and it was so hard to find them coming back. And so I'm just like looking, and I think this was like the end of Alice in Wonderland. Porter Robinson was coming on, so I find them. And as we're going up, there's like this crowd of people that's like coming out, and we get separated, and they're like on the other crowd side, and I'm on this side. And this guy comes up out of nowhere, and he like starts hitting me on the chest, like right here, and just starts hitting me really hard. And I mean hard. And I was like, dude, don't. Because I'm like, okay, maybe he's really fucked up, and he's excited. Sometimes, that happens, and you don't realize how hard you're hitting. Maybe. I don't know. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. And I was like, dude, don't hit me so hard. That hurts. And he's like, come on, let's go. And I was like, dude, stop hitting me. Like, you are hitting me right now. That hurts.
Jesus Christ.
And the guy was like in my face. And I literally was like, get out of my face. Leave me alone. I was like, I don't know you. You don't know me. Stop hitting me.
What the fuck?
And some guy ends up coming up and grabbing him and pulling him back into the crowd.
That is insane.
Yeah. So I end up going and getting them because I was like, this is just insane right now. I literally was to the point, I was like, fuck it. And I started pushing people, and I was like, get out of my way. And I literally grabbed them and grabbed Hunter and Fabio, and I was like, dude, you guys need to come. Like, this is not okay. Let's go. You gotta get through the crowd. Like, it's thick through there. I mean, it was like trying to think of what we've been to that's like just so thick that you're like, just push through,
Yeah.
But
I hate that shit.
So I grabbed them, and we end up going up, and we end up finding Ryan, and we were up there for Porter Robinson. Not it.
No?
Not it.
Not
No.
a fan?
Not a fan. Hunter and Fabio were so in love with that set, and like there's some nostalgia for them, and I get that. But
But
I don't.
like, do you think they're just like trying to live up to like their expectations, where in reality they're probably like, man, this isn't really like that.
No,
What
they
I
both
want.
loved it.
Okay.
They've seen him before too.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm sorry guys, that just wasn't it. Like for me, I'm gonna pass. Like, not it. Even Ryan was just like, yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But and it wasn't like there was no flow to Porter Robinson's.
There wasn't.
No,
Mm.
it was. And I'm not gonna lie, there are like a couple songs that he did where he was like singing, and it was okay, it was good. But I mean, like there was one, it was weird. So it's like the end, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna play this song that's like really close to my heart and whatnot," and he goes and starts it, and it's like basically talking about like you don't have to unalive yourself, and it's like a really deep, talking about suicide. And I'm assuming that he probably had someone that died close to him from suicide. That's probably why he did it. But it was like 2 lines of lyrics, maybe a minute or two, and he's like, "All right, let's get it back up," like, and just goes right back into the upbeat. Like, I'm like, wait, what? Like, I was expecting to go on like a journey right now
Yeah.
of like
The build.
really put
Yeah.
me into my heart space. You did for a second, and then you took it away, and we're
Yeah.
just like, all right, back to the like. It was like, was it techno or house?
Just like upbeat.
I don't know. I did not like it. It is
Okay.
not my thing.
All right. So Porter Robinson. I don't really understand. I mean, I was into him when I was like 16, 17, and he was making like pretty rowdy music.
No,
More
there
like
was no
dubstep.
rowdy. There was no dubstep whatsoever.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I don't know, it was like dubstepy, like upbeat
This was like
EDM.
techno house, tech house.
Hmm.
But so we end up. So that was that, and then we end up. We're like, all right. So it ends, and we're like, let's go check out the afters. Let's just see how that goes.
Was he the last person who
Yeah.
played?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was the last person. So it's kind of disappointing to end the night on that, but whatever. So we end up going up to the village again, and they have more afters going on, and every single one of them has lines out the door. Every single one, and it is free. The second night was the coldest night, so cold, and so we go over because
Do you just walk over
uh,
from the venue
yeah,
to there?
yeah. So we go over because there was supposedly like I think Dane. He goes by Danger as his DJ name. He's a local in Reno, and he was going to be playing there. And then I know Gordiceps was playing, but the line was like so far out. It was going to take us like an hour at least to get in, and it's freezing cold. And then you're squished in there, and it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
We can literally go enjoy music at the house.
Yeah.
But all three of us are just like me, Hunter, and Fabio are like, let's go back to the house. And Jess was like, no. And again, I know Jess, you're gonna listen to this, and I love you, but it's Jess's way or it's no way. Like it's just like that's how it is. And so we're like outside, and we're like, Jess, it's gonna take a long time to get in here, and I think that she was upset because she lost, like she wandered off and then couldn't find us. And when I looked at my phone, because I don't look at my phone really, and when I looked at my phone at the end, she was like, I'm here, come get me, and I didn't respond because I didn't look at my phone. And so, and she was, intoxicated again. So we're like standing outside, and we're like, all right, can we go? Let's go. And so like Ryan and I are having like good like little heart to heart talk while we're in line, and we're all just chilling. And we're still like, we've maybe moved up like 10 feet. We're still like barely to the like awning of the building. Like there's still probably 50 people in front of us.
Just to get into a packed fucking
just to get into
bar.
there. And like finally, like she just decides, all right, like let's go. And we're like, oh my god, thank God, we can leave.
Well, she's the only child, right?
No,
Oh,
she has a brother. So, still. But anyways, so anyways, so we get back. So that's the end of that day, and we ended up going. So the next day, so day 3 was who started out the day? Oh, Zen Selecta. There was people before her. I can't remember who it was before. It's like to die for, I think, but it's like letters and numbers. So we got there right at the end of her set, and she's not bad. She's a pretty heavy bass artist, heavy rhythm dubstep artist. Zen Selecta was after her. I'm so glad that we got to see her whole set. Zen Selecta, I will see over and over and over again. Like the energy that she brings to it is incredible. Her music is great. I am bummed she didn't play the song I wanted her to play, because it was like, and I was like, man, she's gonna play it. She's gonna play it because it's such a popular song right now. It's the "Do you know where your kids are at?
Oh yeah.
They might be at a rave," like that song.
Yeah.
So I was bummed that she didn't do that song, but so good. And that was we seen her at LIB.
Yeah.
On the bigger stage, because before that I'd just seen her like Dead Ringer, small venue. So after Zen Selecta was Jessica Otterfrid, and I know the whole time going up to it you were like, or I told you I don't like her, and I was like not looking forward, so I didn't have like the biggest expectations with seeing her, and she was actually really good this time.
Good.
I don't know if it was just because, like, I was in a great mood. I was pretty much sober, like, because I had to, drive back to town that night. And then, I don't know. The crowd was really good that night. So I don't know if that had to play into it. Because sometimes, it doesn't matter if the music is, like, halfway, meh. If the crowd's good and you're having fun, then it makes a big difference. But Jessica Otterfrid, I was getting, like, rowdy at that point, doing a little like moshing and whatnot. And I think the thing is that last time I saw her, she played really heavy rhythm, and I was like not too keen on it. And this time there was rhythm, but it was like more dubstep. I definitely like more dubstep. It was so different in the crowd that night, and it was still pretty packed, but it wasn't like packed like it was the 2 nights prior. After that was DJ Diesel, and I can't remember if it was Jessica Otterfrid or DJ Diesel, but I was like really feeling the song, and I like, because it's like so packed, so I'm just like jumping around and like kind of pushing into people. I was having a great time, and some guy like looked at me and he was like, dude, chill out. And I like looked at him and I just smiled, and I just bounced into him again, and then bounced into someone else and totally disregarded what he said, because I was like, you're at a dubstep show. Like, it's dubstep and rhythm. Like, right there alone, you're gonna get pushed around. Well, yeah. I'm not pushing you.
Yeah.
I'm bumping into you, but I'm not pushing you.
And if they're not really moving and, like, it's packed and you're like, all right, like, this is the only way I'm gonna fucking make some space to fucking get rowdy.
It was, like, the same guy that his friend's next to him, and he's like, don't do it. Don't do it. And the guy's like, whoop, whoop. Whoop, and he's like, why? why did you just have to do that? And the guy's just like laughing because then everyone starts, whooping. And it's funny because the people who don't like it are just like, oh my God, are you kidding me right now? But,
I went through the whole phase. I was like, moved down to SoCal, found out that that's what people do at shows. Absolutely thought it was obnoxious. And then I got to a point where when it is really good and I'm having the best time of my life and it happens, I would be like, yeah, but no, yeah, it's pretty, I always wondered, like, what do artists think right now of this shit happening?
I don't know.
And the fan clacking was like, it was like fan clacking and like whooping was like huge for a few years.
Now it's hardly there at all at some of the shows we go
honestly.
to. But it was funny. So that night, because I'm the one with the water, so I'm constantly having to go and fill it because no one else brings water, which is fine. I don't care as long as someone has water. And there's these people that are next to us because I like was super social that night. And there's this couple that is right there, and I like look up, and she has a broom, like legitimately like a broom, like a house broom. And Samso, what you doing? And I was like, a broom? And she's like, okay, so funny story. So I came in, and there's this broom on the ground here, and I thought that would be a really good totem. But the security guy told me that they needed it to be able to clean at the end of the night. So as long as I bring it back by the end of the night, I can use it during the show.
What the fuck?
So she took some clips, some sprouts, and sprouted the broom. And that was her totem. And they hung out by us all night long. So like all night the totem I looked for was the broom. Like it's so funny. But they were cool people. But there was like another guy that was like in front of me, and every time I would like get rowdy, and then he'd like look back, and I was like, "Are you like I'm sorry? Are like you're okay?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, you're good. I'm just making sure you're good." Like it was cool though, because then when other people started to cause problems, like it was like nice. There was like a circle of protection around us that night by people. So like this guy, he had girls with him too, so he's like making sure we're all good because they were hanging out with us. And then there was like guys on this side, and then we had the guys with us. So it was nice that night because we just had like the circle of people around us to keep all the dipshits out.
Get it? Yeah, people like just.
DJ D Solo. I would see him again because it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Not because of the music, but how fun it was. And that man is so big, like so big. Jessica Otterford is pretty short, and she's like here, he's like here. Like she comes out onto the stage, and because he did a song with her, and it's like
That's crazy.
She's like to his hip,
That's
kind
so
of thing.
wild.
It's so crazy how big. And it's funny. I saw a video like after it was him just saying, "Open up the mosh pit," and like he just kept saying that, and it was funny because Hunter and I think it was Fabio, maybe it was Trey, was just like, that's like it. That's the saying of the night. Open up the mosh pit. Ladies only mosh pit. And it was funny. There's like guys in the ladies only mosh pit. And he's like, I said ladies only mosh pit. Like all night. It was so much fun. But the excitement, because ZEDS DEAD was finishing the night. Oh my God, you could feel the excitement in the crowd. And like everyone was just like, oh, we gotta get our spots. Like ZEDS DEAD's coming on. And like every time I see ZEDS DEAD, I'm like amazed. It like puts me through such a journey. Like there was a song that came on and I was just like, I love this song so much, and I just started crying. Like I was so happy. Like I was so happy. I just started crying, and Hunter was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm just like, I just love this song so much. Like, and that's me like sober.
That's awesome.
It was nice.
So
it was like really good to be able to come here. Do you want to come back up here? Come Come back up here before you knock something down.
Jeez, dog.
Come on. She's like a big baby. We're almost done. But anyways, so
You're like barely in the frame.
sorry. Technical difficulties. Anyways, so ZEDS Dead, they played music. They played some music that they played at other sets that I've seen from them, but they played a lot of stuff that I haven't seen them play. They finally played was it Lost in You?
Mm-hmm.
That song that I really like that has the trippy visuals.
Yeah.
They finally played that live, so I finally got to see that live. That made my night. Along with all the other songs. Yeah. Woo! They're so incredible. Like, I could see them for like a 3-hour set like Pretty Lights does.
Yeah.
I would be in heaven if they did that. If they did long sets like Pretty Lights, oh man, that would be it right there. Sets Dead, Pretty Lights.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That'd be heaven.
That would be heaven.
You can just tell that they're locked in when they play.
Yeah. Yeah, you just feel so much in their music. And it was nice cuz it's like so bassy. So you're just I don't even know. It was incredible. But what was it? Was it that night or no, it was the second night. So the second night after we after all of the sets, we go back to the apartment. And I think I told you about it. That we went to the hot tub.
Yeah.
And so we're in the hot tub and there's these kids, and mind you, the hot tub is like part of the hotel. It's kind of like you're not supposed to be here, but like the guy at the desk, he literally told these kids like, yeah, you can just climb over, like, and as long as you're quiet, like you don't destroy anything, it's fine. Well, we end up leaving because we ended up, Hunter, me, and Jess ended up feeling really uncomfortable. But we're all sitting around, we're all joking around and whatnot. Fabio's telling about the where the water goes into the thing to leave, called the Gertrude, because it makes queefing noises. And I cannot wait for the day that you get to go and he gets to describe in detail about it, like the whole story, because it is so funny. And the whole time we're sitting there and you're trying to have a conversation and this thing is just like it's just making the most awful sounds, and you can't, like, there's no not laughing. Like, we're trying not to laugh and it's impossible. Trying to ignore it, can't do it. And it was funny because he'd be like talking, he'd be like shh to it. It's like to tell it to stop. I'm like, oh my god. But anyways, so these kids, they're like, there's a point where, was it Jess or Fabio asks them, were any of you alive during 9/11?
Mm-hmm.
And all of them said no. And I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. None of them were alive around 9/11. That was what, 2001?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe we're sitting there.
When you think about it, it's 2026. So anyone who's 25 wasn't alive.
I mean, they were really young.
Yeah.
But still, it just made me feel really old because I was in middle school at that time.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But so they're all like talking, and like Hunter and Jess are out of the hot tub, and I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable with like what's going on right now, because this kid was like, no, Samso, we're almost done. So this kid, he's like, hey, I bet I could do a backflip into the hot tub. And this hot tub is probably
8-person.
No, it was pretty big. It was probably the width of it. Oh, do you not want me? You want him? The width of it was probably 8 feet. by 12 feet. Let's say 8 feet by 12 feet. And you have a step in it that is 2 feet. So all the way around that you can sit on.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, it has like a wheelchair thing that you can put a person in it to get down in there. So this kid's like, oh, I bet I can do a backflip in here. And I'm like, no. Ryan was like, yeah, let's see it. And I'm like, Ryan, no. And Ryan's like, come on, show us. And I'm like, oh my God, this kid is gonna like break his neck or something. And we're like, no. Like, literally all of us, like, women are like, no. And the kid's just, like, unsure now. He's just sitting there. And I was like, look, if you're going to do it, let us just leave, okay? Because I don't want to be here if something happens. So, Jess, Hunter, and I, we get out, and we're dressed, and we're getting ready to leave. And this kid, no lie, and Ryan is getting out, because he's like, all right, we'll leave. Fabio, too. So this kid gets up and does a backflip into the hot tub. And in the hot tub, you know, so it's like a rectangle. And he doesn't do this way. He does this way, like an idiot.
Yeah.
He goes, does the backflip, comes up, and he's just like, he knocked his head on the thing. Like, he rang himself a new one. And we're like, oh my God, he just hit his head. And I'm like, what the hell? And the kid is just like, and Jess was like, how do you feel? You just hit your head, didn't you? And the kid's just like dazed. And we're like, oh my God, let's get out of here. Like, this kid is going to do something stupid and like, it's not good.
Jeez.
So I swear to God, Ryan knew though. Ryan was like, oh, you want to be dumb? Do it. You want to be dumb? Do it. So the kid's like, I could do it again. And Ryan's like, yeah, do it again. And I'm like, let's go. Like, this is stupid. And as we're leaving, the kid does it again.
Wow. And
I'm like, what in the world? Y'all need to teach your kids not to do backflips into the hot tub. Whoever is like raised that kid to think like that that's what you need to do in order to be cool, not okay.
Like, I don't know, this kid sounds pretty sweet.
I don't get it.
Kidding.
But anyways, so you know, we'll see next year what Tahoe Live's lineup is like. Last year wasn't that great. This year was great. The year prior was good. Before last year. So maybe, I don't know.
So it's got one stage.
Yeah, it's one stage. There's VIP, which the only thing with VIP is like you have some heaters, but like it's pointless.
Is the
so
VIP
expensive.
on the side? Or?
Yeah, it's on the side. The bathrooms, because it's so cold and everyone has so many layers, no one's sitting there just pissing all over the seats because you're just like, I don't want to get that all over my clothes. So you don't have to worry about super messy bathrooms.
Are they porta potties?
Yeah. There's toilet paper every single time.
But it's a one stage. It's cold. It's in the mountains.
Take a water bottle. So they provided water, if you have a refillable thing. And it's the thing where it comes out and you have to push it and it's just like, psh, and it comes out with such force. They gave everyone that didn't, they had little snow cone cups. So like you'd go to do that and it would go all over you and all over and you would get like a splash of water. Because it just splashes outside of it. And I felt so bad because people were so thirsty and they're just like, what the, they're like, what the hell? And there was one guy, he just goes up and he just like, oh my God. Because he couldn't get it.
Yeah.
So take your water bottles, dress super warm.
Layers. So you can always take some off if you're getting too hot.
The sign says no outside food or drink, but I took applesauce pouches every single night, and every single night never got told to take them out. So I think,
I mean, if you're smart, when you go to winter festivals, you can sneak a lot of shit in if you know how to hide it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's no Ubers. really. I mean, there is, but like our Uber to get back to, because we were in Olympic Valley, used to be called Squaw Valley. Um, that to Truckee would have been probably like $200
Wow.
for an Uber.
So you might as well rent a car and have a DD.
Yeah.
Or stay close, walking distance.
Yeah, or stay close. There are places that you can stay close, but still, there's not really much for
Like walking.
well, you can walk, but it's cold and you're in the mountains.
What is there like path? Like in Steamboat, there's like walking paths.
Yeah, there's walking paths along like the main road. Because Ryan said the first night he was walking down the. He said he was trying to get more in touch with the Arcturians. Do you know what that is?
No.
It is a species of like alien extraterrestrial.
Okay, yeah.
So he said he was trying to get in touch with the Arcturians. It was like Arcturians or Pleiadians. So he put on a blue light as he was walking to try and like connect with the aliens as he was walking through the mountains. So funny. He did say the last night that there was Archons around people a lot that night.
Okay.
Yeah, so Archons are like when someone is having a lot of like negativity, there's a lot of bad behavior, a lot of like that's what I'm understanding, a lot of like not good.
Yeah.
That's coming out of a person. It's a lot of the times coming from that.
Yeah, like dark spirits.
Yeah, like dark spirits.
Yeah.
And he saw a lot of those throughout the weekend, a lot on the last night.
Wow. You'd think the first 2 nights more.
Yeah. Go that way. Go that way. Go that way. But anyway, so.
Yeah. Then you got to, fly back in early. Back to warmish California, SoCal.
Yeah. Not, lesson learned. I need to figure out a different solution for that because every plan fell through with
getting to the airport.
With getting to the airport. So, but everything happens for a reason. But yeah, it's definitely worth it, depending on if the lineup is good.
Yeah.
If the lineup is not good, I don't see it worth. It's not for me. It's not worth it unless the lineup is like. Psh.
Yeah, you don't really hear about a lot of electronic shows in the mountains anymore. I went to Snowball when they would do it in ski towns in Colorado, and I went when I was like 16, 17. Winter Park, Pretty Lights was headlining one night. Kendrick Lamar played. It was like the year he came out with Good Kid, Mad City, so I got to see that a lot. It was a really good lineup. Big Gigantic, Datsik before he was canceled.
And it sounds like a really good lineup.
It was so cool, and it was like 3 nights too, and just super fun. But then that was the last year. It was in a ski town, and then they did it in the like Broncos parking lot in Denver, and it's just funny because it was called Snowball, but it's like it's not the same. It didn't have the same energy or atmosphere. And then in Steamboat they do Winter Wondergrass, which is like bluegrass and some other kind of bands. Not all, they throw in a little mix, but
yeah, they used to do a winter festival in Reno. Winter Whiteout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they did it this year because the person who was running that company I forget what it's called, but basically was like grooming underage boys, and then
was it the base one?
Yeah.
What were they called?
Base Camp.
Base Camp.
Yeah, Base Camp.
And that happened last year.
Yeah.
They got.
So like they're no more.
Yeah.
So like now it's like Fresh Bacon and Revelation primarily for shows there. And so Base Camp was the one that did Winter Whiteout. There was also like another one that Hunter said used to be. It was like Snow something, I think. But they don't do those anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard, it's cold. and a lot of people don't want to be cold. And like this year, a lot of people didn't go because there was no snow. So like they bought tickets and then they didn't go because they wanted the
Yeah,
snow.
because you want to go skiing too.
Yeah, so
And
they're
you
like,
make
what's
it,
the point? That was the whole point, is to go
Yeah.
skiing and then go listen to some music.
Which I always like when Winter Wondergrass would come around and I lived in Steamboat and I would go. It's like I never skied that weekend because it's like I'm freaking partying. I don't see my fucking ass getting up and going skiing. I'm fucking sleeping till I go back.
Yeah. Yes.
And then yeah, we had a great Christmas.
Yeah. We'll have a episode for New Year's. Lots on that. And episode for Boogie T. Also, lots on that. And then we have a lot of upcoming shows.
Yep.
So make sure to, again, just go like, follow, comment, any of that on our Instagram, our Spotify, YouTube, all of it. Any way to just get us out there.
Yep. If you go on our Buzzsprout link, you can, support us with money, donations. That always helps. And please go check out, we got our Apocalypse episode. We have an awesome interview with Tor Bjorn. That's on Spotify everywhere and YouTube as well. So, yeah, good things coming.
Until next time.
Peace.